What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Funky Marketing Show. Today, we're gonna go and analyze the state of the LinkedIn algorithm. Our friend Richard van den Blom has, with his team, published the state of algorithm for the late 2022, and we're gonna go through it. I will go through it with you together. So we're gonna see if it resonates with what I'm seeing, with what you are seeing. We can add the comments, analyze, and see how do we actually see the report. So first of all, a huge thank you for Richard van den Blom and his team for coming up with this. I'm adding the link in the description to the report. I'm adding the link to the Funky Marketing Show episode that I've created with Richard. He was a guest. But before we get into all of this, it's time for the funky intro, and we're gonna dance to it together today. So let's go. Keep it funky. Oh, and here we go. Before we dive into the state of the algorithm, I want to use this chance to again say thank you to Richard van der Blom for creating this report with his team. I think he's the only one doing it. So, huge uh, thank you to Richard. And I'm gonna just go through the report with you, see if it resonates with what I'm seeing or no. What are some of the comments, and let's see how it goes. So, allow me to share my screen. Okay, so basically, here we go. So Richard and his team says that they have examined more than 9,500 posts from 200 different members of the LinkedIn platform, coming from more than 30 different countries. That's huge. And they spend a lot of time or researching or going through these things. So a huge thank you for them to doing it. Nothing to take away from that. I'm just gonna analyze it and give the Richard and his team and the report more visibility. So let's go and see. They start with 5 recent changes in the linear algorithm that we need to know and understand. So for the first time, it's possible that the same content creator shows up 3 or 4 times in the same scroll session, which is interesting. I cannot say that I've seen that. Maybe a post and a comment from the same person in the feed. But okay, it's not that I was analyzing those things. The second one says LinkedIn now gives more reach to heavily active content creators with large follower base than to members that have just begun to publish content or are less active. This is the change from what we have seen over the past 2 years. This is interesting, and if it's true, I didn't see it yet, but if it's true, it means that LinkedIn is finally deciding to reward the creators, something that have been announced when they started to with creator mode, and when they said they will reward people who create more content, people who have more followers, because as what it was so far, meaning somebody comes new to the platform, they have more reach and more visibility than you who has been building things here for a while now. So they say that 99.9 of all the members have experienced a drop in reach of about 15% and a drop in engagement of about 10%. And opposed to this, content creators have seen an increase in reach about 20 to 25% and engagement about 15 20%. So looking from my perspective, like I have around 22,000 people following me on LinkedIn, and from what I'm seeing, like the reach is dropped down, the engagement is still here. So um, I don't know if it's like that percentage that they are saying, but it's definitely the reach is definitely way down than what it was. So okay, let's move on. They say content creators, because of their large number of followers, accelerate growth right after they post. We are seeing followers who engage often now get priority in the first test batch of recipients. What does this mean? So basically, I don't know if you are familiar with, but people who react to your posts right away, LinkedIn serves your post to the small group of people. When you post it, if they react well, then it serves it to a larger audience. If not, it stays in the small audience. So in addition, content creators with large followings often have a high number of people who have subscribed um, to notification via the bell. uh, Yes, I think I have. We still cannot see who subscribed to the bell, who is following our hashtags, but it seems like that is the thing that gets us into the feed. Like I have um, ringed the bell to all the creators that I want to follow on LinkedIn. So I recommend you do it. You do it as well. And interestingly, dwell time has lost importance compared to the last year. What does it mean? It means that now it makes sense that we are seeing like tweets, short things getting the attention on LinkedIn. I'm not sure I'm a fan of it, but looking at what's happening with Twitter and people from Twitter coming to LinkedIn, I think it makes sense. So now, like shorter posts perform better, and slide decks have lost some reach. The engagement in the first 90 minutes continues. To be the deciding factor. So this is something that's interesting. Christopher, good morning to you. It's actually 2 p.m. in Serbia, but time for the second coffee. If you're drinking the first one, then go ahead and feel free to join me. So let's go a little bit further in the report and see what else do we have here. So uh, from what we are seeing and from what they are saying as well, compared to 2020, LinkedIn has made some drastic changes in terms of the content we see in our timeline. Before we dive, let's see what are some of the stats that they have found. That's actually interesting. So mobile user uh, have like 58% of all the visits. To be honest, I expected more, but average time per session 1.55 minutes, average time per month 30 minutes, average number of posts while scrolling per visit is 16. Compared to mobile, desktop users now have like 42% of all the visits. Still a huge number of people is visiting LinkedIn from the desktop, meaning probably from the offices or while they work. So average time per session is 3.5, 50 minutes, meaning usually when we are on the phone, we just go to LinkedIn, we maybe scroll and then we go away. On laptop, we open the tab and we may, leave it in open. It increases the minutes, average time per month 18 minutes, and average number of posts while scrolling per visit is 9. So you see, that's what I see like the main difference. Average number of posts you see while scrolling per visit on mobile, it's 16%. Average number of posts while scrolling per visit from desktop is like 9, not 16%, but 16 posts and 9 from desktop. What does it mean? It's kind of interesting for me. It means that I'm doing the good thing, switching to vertical visuals, vertical creatives, and I'm sort of posting only them now on LinkedIn when I post. Okay, sometimes I get photos from the conferences, these kind of things. But when I'm designing and when I'm posting, I try to go with only those that are vertical, so like story or reels format, those kind of things. Um, there's a fact that says on average the LinkedIn user will not see more than 16 posts per session, and that's, let's trust Richard and his team. I have no idea about it. I know that I see around 15 definitely when I go over there, because I try to find those that are valuable so I can add a comment to it. Okay, time to move on to the next one. Let's see what we have here. So it's all building your team. Mhm. This is interesting, considering that what I know and what performs better, and what was the last report that Richard and his team were doing. So this is now the comparison in a scope of 2 years, so 2020 and 2022. Organic company posts now make 3% of the feed compared to 6% for organic company content in 2020. So there is an increased number of posts from the company pages in the feed. This is something that I have to like, as somebody who likes content pages and was advocating that they need more attention. We see more picture posts, both single and multiple, more document posts, PDF, slide decks, and more LinkedIn service related posts like ads for jobs, LinkedIn learnings. That's the same thing that I'm seeing. Text posts are still popular, being 1 out of 10 posts, as is video, but both did lose ground in the timeline compared to 2 years ago. Like, I'm also seeing a less video, and I don't know why this is happening. I want to see more video. As a creator, I want to see more videos inside the post because I can get to know people through the video, right? So that's what I like to see. Text posts, yeah, I expected that because they are easy, and you don't actually show the text post like everybody can write. Can you actually say it with the confidence on video or audio? Less reach for the use of external links, 7 to 9%. That's all news, so nothing changed there. The further decline of polls, I don't see them at all in the field. In the feed, and the almost complete disappearance of article newsletters in the timeline. Yeah, I also don't see them at all. I'm interested to find out how's like newsletters from the company pages is performing, but we'll see if it actually happens. So let's see how things move further. But I expect like more emphasis on the company pages, definitely, and the content coming from the company pages. So yeah, give me just a second. Oh, it's still the conversation when I'm making the break from the work and just getting to analyze with you the LinkedIn algorithm. So the type of posts, as you can see on the right side, is like single image posts, promoted posts, documented. It's kind of interesting, like that the video is disappearing. I don't know, like external links that we don't see many of them is expected. Not any platform wants to see the posts that are trying to get people out of the platform. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like if you look at company post organic, like we see 3 of them compared to 6 in 2022, and I don't have that feeling. I think I'm seeing more company posts in the feed. I don't know about you. If you're seeing more or less, let me know. So let's see where we are with that. But let's move to the next one. The next one is what you see, who you see in your feed. So LinkedIn now uses around about 22% of the feed for promoted posts. It was expected for LinkedIn to start getting monetized the people that have on the platform, so ads by companies or by LinkedIn itself, which leaves us with 78% of the feed that we can influence with our actions. So this is interesting. Here's what influences your feed by Richard and his team. It says that from new connections, you will see all new posts for the first 2 weeks. That's I'm seeing that as well, and I can agree. Liking a post increases the chance of seeing the new post from this author by uh, 30%. Yes, exactly what I'm seeing. Who are you engaging with? You will see more of their posts, and it's kind of logical, right? On the other hand, let's see what it says for the commenting. So commenting on the post increases the chance of seeing the next post from the same author by 70 or 80% for shares. So that's kind of interesting. So who you want to see in your feed, comment on their posts. If you do that, you will see them more in the feed and have more interactions. Sending a direct message via LinkedIn increases the chance of seeing the next post from the recipient to 85%. So this is exactly the reason why I recommend to the companies when they're trying to create a hub inside the company to take advantage of LinkedIn, or if you're working with some people closely, to create a group inside the DMs in LinkedIn and just chat every day. Share not the post to create a pod, but share experience. Say, this post of mine went well, this one didn't, maybe we can post about this one, look at this example, those kind of things. I'm having a group for I think like 2 years with Juliana Jackson, with Zineb, and Yagneswar and Ganesh, and I can see their post in the feed all the time because we chat like, "Good morning, guys. How are you today?" And we jump into the calls to help each other. Not the pod, but we create relationships. So that's one thing. Let's see what else it says. Having a post, prioritize the content from this author in your feed. Yes, this is exactly true, and I'm seeing this because I'm saving tons of posts. If you're not using save a post option, you're missing a lot, because I'm saving posts and using them to compose articles later for the Funky Marketing blog. Uh, Basically, I'm seeing the content in the feed in sites that nobody else is giving except people on LinkedIn. A guy comes in and says, "Hey, I came to these results. I've done these 8 things, and he shares everything. So I can use this to create the outlines and give the author a credit by also mentioning him, give my point of view, and bam, you have the unique content that you can reuse for other things." Following a company page will show you in the first post published afterwards by the company. That's interesting. I want to see more posts. I don't know if it matters only for one post, uh, but if I follow the company page, I would definitely want to see more posts from that page. Then what it says, LinkedIn analyzes the type of content you are consuming. Basically, if you watch videos, LinkedIn will show you more. If you skip answering polls, LinkedIn will stop entirely showing your polls. That's great. So, but if I cannot see any videos in the feed, how can I watch more of them? So now that's tricky. Visiting a profile of a connection will bring the first post they publish after you visit back to your feed. Again, interaction, relationships. As many touch points you have with a person, you will see more of their posts. Content related to people and companies you have saved as leads and accounts in Sales Navigator are also prioritized. For those that are using Sales Navigator, I recommend you do, not only if you work in sales, but for other people as well. If you endorse or recommend a connection, their content will appear in your feed again. I don't know if anybody is actually endorsing people these days. Do you? Let me know in the comments if you endorse people, if you recommend. Yes, I definitely do that, and recommend to you that you endorse uh, more people as frequently as possible. Don't forget that. So let's see what else we have here on the plate. This is super interesting frequency. Before I get into that, what I've seen is that it's best to post once a day, and if I post twice or 3 times a week, it needs to be or 3 times a day, it needs to be a different type of post, a post that is talking about totally different topic, or it can be a live stream of a recording of the podcast episode, just like this one. So publishing a new post within 18 hours from the previous post will negatively impact the growth of both posts. Although more posts a day will likely grow your overall reach, your average reach per post will decrease. This is interesting, and this is exactly what I say. Like, one post per day is just enough. So to repeat that, because I think it gives great insights. Publishing a new post within 18 hours from a previous post will negatively impact the growth of both posts. Although more posts a day will likely grow your overall reach, your average reach per post will decrease. So, like, two posts in 18 hours, it gets you minus 15% reach. Three posts in 18 hours, minus 30% of reach. Interesting. I don't know why it's this like 18 hours, but I don't know. It changes a lot. The new feature of reposting a post will reduce your reach in the same way, since LinkedIn considers sharing and reposting the same as posting your own content. A lot of people don't think about it, just repost, and boom, it lowers your reach. The same goes for shares. Be careful that interacting with other people's content does not lead to loss of reach for your own posts. Meaning, don't repost and don't share in that way. So best times to post is let's see what he says. So I guess that's Europe. I don't see any time zones, but like 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. on Sunday, on Monday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's interesting, but 1 p.m. is yeah, or so basically the noon to 1 p.m. It's basically in all the time zones, so you can do that. Interestingly, that there is no late night posts here, no times that will actually give us some insights about that. um, okay, let's see some do's and don'ts when it comes to nurturing your posts. So as we already know, like, just clicking post, scheduling post, and posting, it's not going to get you anything. After publishing your post, there are several things that can make or break your post. Okay, so this is interesting. We mentioned the last time when we analyzed Richard's algorithm report, then LinkedIn has two algorithms, one for mobile, one for desktop. And now they have discovered that LinkedIn has two engagement phases to analyze the relevance of your post. One is the fast growth in the first 8 hours, based on the engagement in the first 90 minutes after publishing. Uh, the constant growth over multiple days is based on engagement received between the first 90 minutes and about 8 hours. Interestingly, um, nurture. What are some do's? So nurturing your post by responding to received comments with your own comment, especially in the first 12 hours, increases the reach and the interaction. If you leave a new and insightful comment on your own post after 24 hours for better results, new insights, it's great. So this is extremely useful, and basically, thank you, Richard, for proving what I'm preaching. So leave meaningful comments, give new perspective on the same thing in your own post and in the post of other people. Invite people to ring the bell on your profile. It will kickstart the growth of your post because the LinkedIn notifies all the people instantly after publishing. Some don'ts: edit your post in the first 10 minutes. this results in 10% reduction in reach and possibly as much as 40%. So basically, if you see some of my posts that are, have some grammatical mistake, usually I'm posting while riding a bicycle or being in the move or from my mobile. So I come back after half an hour or something like that to see if I made some mistakes and I edit. But it's also good because people see, aha, these guys annoys me because he posts on of these things. But anyway, um, so comment on your own post. If you do this, usually we what we were doing is we were kind of uh, adding the link in the comments, right? You post and then you edit the link in the comments, but I stopped doing that because of the same thing that Richard is sharing. So if you are the first one commenting on your post, it results in 10% reduction in reach and possibly as much as 40%. If you comment on your own post, this reduces the reach by 20%. So what I like to do, I like to say to the people, comment, link is in the comments, and then I wait until somebody actually try to find the link. When they see that there is no link, they will add a comment. When they add a comment, I will say, aha, I was waiting for somebody to check out that and I was getting that. So kind of, uh, making the action to actually start the conversation, right? So that's kind of interesting. Let's move on. Um, with more do's and don'ts for posting. So use hashtags, but no more than 10. Look, if you post more than 10 hashtags, you're spamming. So that's a no-brainer. Use tags if you're sure that people or companies will react to it. So try to ping one or two people that already had interactions with you on your post. So don't try to tag the influencers or those kind of things. They will not respond. If they don't respond, it will lower the reach. Use emotions to increase readability, but no more emoticons to increase readability, but no more than 10 and no more than 4 on one line. Uh, I mean, you try to look a little bit serious. So try to use emojis to kind of soften up the tone, but not to look like totally mess like a circus post. Post selfies in personal posts to deliver 3 times more engagement and up to 2.5 times more reach. Do I even need to comment that? I don't like it. I see it. I see it happening, but just don't like it. And it's true, it happens. Create posts with the ideal length of between 1,200 and 1,600 characters. Before that, it was between 1,500 and 2,500 in 2021. So, as we already mentioned, so smaller chunk of text in the post. Set both who can see your post and who can comment on your post to anyone. Of course, I mean, I don't know why are people not doing it. I had negotiation with Rocco about that. I mean, for me, it doesn't make sense to put that option be anything else than anyone. Develop a personal hashtag, having over 1,000 followers influencers reach sustainably because it offers your audience the opportunity to engage with multiple posts. I see that on a smaller scale. Funky Marketing hashtag has 101 subscribers, so go ahead and be the next ones that will subscribe to that. Let's go to 1,000 followers and see if what Richard is saying is actually truth. What are some don'ts? Use more than 10 hashtags. Use of 2 or more consecutive blank lines. That's interesting. I don't do that. Why people are doing? Yeah, they use it to kind of get people to click. Okay, so don't cheat on people. That's what it's meant for. Use only one line of text and multiple white lines before LinkedIn displays the see more option. Yeah, exactly what I mentioned. Use more than 3 lines of other font types. Use each line of text followed by another white line. Use less than 4 lines of text, missing dwell time, and see more options. Post bilingual, meaning the same text in 2 different languages in the same post. That's also not good. I don't know why people were actually doing these things. But okay, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Like, this is a huge report. We're gonna go through it. This has like 57 pages. Um, okay, let's see. How to get more reach. This is interesting, and I'm happy to dive in and find out, because like my reach is going down, so maybe I can get some insights. After you have published your post, make sure you stick around to engage with at least 3 posts from your network. I saw that, and I'm doing that. So Richard and his team says it increases 20% reach. So that's cool. While the reliability and correlation of the SSI score with your reach has further decreased, you still have received 25 more reach if your SSI score is above 70. Yeah, I think mine is definitely above 70, but I don't care about it. SSI score, so I guess that's good because I have it. Quality above quantity. The algorithm remembers the relevance by engagement, dwell time, and clicks of your last 10 to 15 posts. By publishing multiple posts in a row with poor engagement rates, makes LinkedIn reduces the reach of the next post. So think about, if you have lower reach on one post, think about what will engage people in the next one, so you get out of the loop. Tag accelerators in the comment. Uh, After receiving about 3 to 5 comments from others, but make sure they are going to engage. Okay, people sharing a post, including reposts, will substantially increase the reach of the original post. So inspire people to share, but you don't be the one who are sharing other people's posts. So yeah, kind of goes that way. Getting more people to save your posts will cause LinkedIn to prioritize your content in their feed. That seems like a clever CTA, like save my post. That's great. So save this post. That's how it goes. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, thanking Blissful Consult for its support. Let's go. LinkedIn creator mode. I want to see this. So the ability to select, if you choose to turn on creator mode, mine is turned on, and majority of people that I know. So the ability to select and display 5 different hashtags below your headline, showing the followers the topic you focus on. This is kind of interesting because you cannot click those hashtags. I don't know if you are visible by those hashtags, but you can click them and people can see it under your profile. They need to do something more with that. You can film a 30-second video on your profile picture that automatically plays when someone lands on your page. That's cool. Make sure to do that. A lot of people have told me that they have listened to my video and listened to my audio. Instead of content button, it's turned to follow. That's cool. So basically, you can follow. If you have a good post, you can expect people to start following you, and you can expect the numbers of followers to increase. That's one of the metrics that I'm using if my post is performing well or not. Who are those people that are following me? Your profile's feature section is played higher at the top, featuring selected posts, encouraging people to follow your content. So you have a link to the Calendly for somebody to schedule the calls, for example, or to download something. That's good to have them in the feature section. The activity session feature your post instead of your engagement activity, which is great. And access to LinkedIn Live to broadcast live from your profile. Basically, what I'm doing right now. And you can actually see on my profile, if you go now on my profile, you can see on the cover photo this video, the live stream, which is kind of interesting, twist. And you have the ability to create a LinkedIn newsletter. Okay, let me sip. Take another sip of the coffee. So let's see. Impact of enabling creator mode. Whether LinkedIn creator mode contributes to achieving your goals depends on a number of factors. So measurable facts for creator mode enable. What are some of those? Let's see. Members with creator mode enable receive on average 15 to 30% more reach. Lovely. Followers and bell ringers can see your content in the feed directly after publishing. Without creator mode, this is limited to only your connections. This is interesting, and I love that. Thanks, Richard, for letting me know about this. You will grow your followers faster than connections based on how often you publish. That's true. One or two a week. If you publish one or twice a week, you get three times more followers growth. If you post 3 to 4 times a week, you get 5 times more follower growth. If you post 5 or more times per week, you get up to 8 times more follower growth, which is interesting. The use of your feature hashtags in your content will only lead to 5% increase in reach. This is interesting, and yeah, I don't know why we actually have those hashtags, but okay. I told you that it doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, non-measurable facts for creator mode enabled. Basically, feature and activity place higher in your profile. Video converts up to 4 times more. So having a 30-second profile video might be an excellent opportunity to welcome new clients. That's interesting, and I love that. Uh, Here's excellent advice from the team. Enable creator mode if you can publish original content at least twice a week. Yeah, it goes well with what I'm preaching as well. Thanks, Richard, for confirming those things. Oh, any questions so far or no? Maybe no. We'll see how it goes. But let's then move further along. So, LinkedIn newsletters. It's interesting. I never dived into the LinkedIn newsletter because I felt like everybody else did. So, and I don't like to do what other people are doing. I like to zig when other people zag. So there are currently around 40,000 LinkedIn newsletters. Exactly what I'm saying. Everybody zigs. The criteria for the newsletter access are, to actually have the chance to create a newsletter, creator mode enable, more than 550 connections for followers for page, created at least 2 different styles of content in the last 3 months, and history of bidding by LinkedIn's professional community policies. Basically, you just have to do the minimum to get the chance to get the newsletter. Compared to 2021, so subscribers growth has dropped 75%. Okay, cool. I didn't make a mistake by not diving into it. Reach of the new edition has dropped 66 to 70%. Engagement rates have dropped 80%, which is expected. All of this. Best performing frequency is bi-monthly. Best length of an edition is between 100 and 1,300 words. Embedded video platforms 30% better than those without video. That's cool. I like that stat, and it actually gives you a hint on what you can do. Some tips on how to grow your newsletter in reach and subscribers. Use LinkedIn Live from your profile to increase the visibility of your newsletter by 15 to 20%. Highlight your newsletter in your feature section. And repurpose a single newsletter into 3 or 4 snackable content items. I mean, as you would do with any blog post. Okay, let's see what else. Different formats and different results. So this is something that is interesting that I want to dive into. Okay, first they add a definition of views and impressions. So regular post, the number of times LinkedIn has shown your post in the timeline of your network. So low quality KPIs, article, newsletters, the number of times people have clicked on your article to read it, or native video content, the number of people that have seen your video, clicked or via autoplay and watch at least 6 seconds of it, high quality KPIs. All the impressions are a good indicator to measure the success of your content. Getting engagement and seeing the decided conversions is what it is really all about. Cool. let's see what else is there. So what are some things that can boost the reach? Document posts can boost the reach to 2 to 4 times more reach. Polls still don't do that; they're going down. Carousel posts, yes, I think of them the same as document post. If you want to add a photo or something like that, it's or an album, it's good to do it as documents. Save them as PDF and upload them like that. Text and multiple pictures, yes. What lowers your reach are video posts with external link, celebrate an occasion. Yeah, those things like, hey, here's my teammate. Fuck that. Don't do that. It's LinkedIn doesn't like that. Any platform doesn't like it. You don't give any value to that except for that person, maybe, but you can do it in a different way. Create a post and give some reach. This is just lazy. Newsletters, okay, post with more than link. Articles not being newsletters. So, okay, you know now what to do, what not to do. Document posts. This is interesting. Let's see. More stats to improve your reach using documents post. So 7 slides for optimal results. Don't use less than 4 or more than 11. Use few words per slide, 60 maximum. 60 maximum. Include a strong visual on the first side and less than 15 words. Write a post with maximum 2,000 characters to guide your side deck. Don't share PDFs of regular magazine that are not designed specifically for LinkedIn. Avoid using slides with only words. Include an engaging, non-commercial CTA on the last slide. Include a picture of yourself on one of your slides. This will increase reach by 80 to 90% even. That's interesting. And here's a fun fact. The colors black, yellow, and red are often used on successful documents process. So black, yellow, and red, those that can stand out. Okay, let's see more what's happening with the slide decks or with the polls. I will just skip this part because they are going down. So I'm not gonna go into polls. Posts with external links. Here's what you can do with them. Let's see what Richard recommends. So including link with original post, the most natural and the easiest way to use links. You will see about 55 to 60% less reach compared to the text post, single image. And method 2 is edit post and add the link after your post goes live. The penalty for editing your post is not that high anymore. Nice. That's interesting. So you can include link in the original post, or you can do it. Yeah, if you include it in the original post, I recommend going with a thumbnail so people can actually see it, so they don't think it's like a text post. So post with internal links. Method 3, posting the link in the comments. That's already known. Method 4, using a picture to attach a clickable link. That also works. Tried it. It works. So try to add. You can now add link to the photo while you uploading it. It's in the same line with tagging other people, etc. So video posts. For the second year in a row, we see less native video content. I don't like it, as I already said. More visibility for video ads. That's good. Video ads are great, which confirms that LinkedIn is using more space in our newsfeed for paid posts. Reach has declined further by 15% of the videos, and engagement has dropped by almost 25%. Yeah, it's still a favorite way of sharing content. The audience is no longer engaging. It's interesting, how it goes. Reach has declined further by 15. No, that's already what we talked about. So only 45% of all the photo posted videos are captioned with subtitles. Yes, always have subtitles, always have captions, so people can actually follow if they don't need the sound to watch the video. A lot of people are just reading the video. The impact of dwell time has decreased, and average length of native video on LinkedIn is 80 seconds. So I try to keep them up to 1 minute. So maybe that's a hint for what you can do as well. So let's go and check what else Richard and the team has to say about video posts. So tips on the video posts: go for native videos anytime. Now almost all the scheduling tools have the option to upload videos natively. Length between 20 and 60 seconds, exactly what I just say, captioned and square format for best performance. Um, Use an engaging thumbnail to start your video. Videos where you play the lead role will yield better results compared to videos where people your audience doesn't know, or that have no people in it at all. So yeah, that's cool. So vertical formats or square formats or horizontal formats. Yes, I go for vertical because people are like coming more from mobile. So yeah, let's see what else we got here. LinkedIn Live. Let's see this. So a new LinkedIn Live users increased with 75% and 120% company pages. Average engagement is 1.5 times higher than on the native video post on the feed. I still want to do this live streaming on both company page and my personal profile, but the like restream tool doesn't allow me that for some reason. I was doing it like twice, but then they kind of get it and they say no, you cannot do it. LinkedIn live videos are almost invisible in the news feed. You can see them, only if you are now doing it. Average LinkedIn live duration is 28 minutes, an increase with almost 4 minutes from 2020. Mine are always around 45 minutes to an hour. LinkedIn lives shorter than 50 minutes perform poorly. So if you do it in a long form. What are some tips to get better results with LinkedIn Live? Promote your event multi-channel, tagging speakers and using the hashtag LinkedIn Live. Use at least 2 devices per moderators to respond to engage your audience and keep them hooked. Create a series of LinkedIn Live and repurpose it. Yeah, that's all good. Or you can do as I am doing, like live stream the recording of the podcast, and then when you edit it, when you edit the production, you post it as a podcast episode. That's also a good thing to do. So, engagement metrics of Living Dance session, how to manage the engagement. That's interesting. I want to find out that. So, average engagement rate is 3.5%. Interviews, external peers, thought leaders, it goes 5 to 8% increases. Coverage of LinkedIn events 4 to 6%. Employer branding related content 3 to 5%. Interview with internal peers and not that good. Celebration of milestones also not that good. Product solution related content, it's actually it's actually okay, right? But anyway, so try to do it with other people that your audience knows. LinkedIn launched a native carousel option. I didn't try that. A new way to share a series of videos and swipeable photos. It's currently still in beta mode. I don't know if actually do I have it, but more and more content creators are reporting that they have access. Okay, so there are not enough data. Multiple post photo will bring you up to 20 times to 16 times more reach than a post with only one photo. That's interesting. So, celebrate the occasion. I'm going to skip that. 3 negative signs for the algorithm to slow down growth. This is important. So, click on unfollow. in somebody unfollows you, of course, they will not see it. Click on report, block regardless of the outcome, and select remove mention. That's interesting. I mean, you don't want to see those people anyway, so it's kind of normal. Okay, they're taking another sponsor or partner, social selling index. They say we still see those with an social selling index of 70 or more have an average increase in reach 25%. I don't have the increase in reach. I have SSI, so not. I don't know what to say about that. It was always tricky for me anytime because like LinkedIn needs to know who is my target audience, who is my ICP. How can they know that? It's not possible. There are numbers that LinkedIn is working on a new tool that members can use as a guidelines to make the sales navigator activation more successful. There is a delay of 3 days, meaning the scope you see in the Friday is based on your activities throughout the Tuesday prior. Interesting. Okay, so establish your personal brand, find the right people, and engage with insights. Those are the things that you have in your SSI. And what I said, like find the right people. Like it's based on the number of searches you make, or from Sales Navigator and the number of links, account searches, saved searches, acceptance. I don't like it. So you have to use the LinkedIn Sales Navigator to actually get better in that and build relationships. That's kind of okay. So hashtags. That's interesting. This year's research shows little changes, although we don't recommend using less than 3 hashtags or using more than 10 in your post. So LinkedIn has a database of related hashtags, and using, for example, social selling will also mean make more content available for you about sales. Hashtag related posts are almost not shown in the organic feed. Scrolling past the first 30, mobile 25 posts will increase the chances of finding hashtag related posts. Hashtag in the comments are searchable but don't influence the reach. Positions of hashtag, middle of the text, bottom vertical, horizon does not change the engagement results except they look ugly. I need to say that. Um, the hashtags listed in your profile in created mode no longer have any influence. They didn't have uh, anytime. The best combination when using more hashtags is combining unique one with lower followers with those who have high follower numbers. So, for example, your hashtag plus some of the others. Let me just drink a little bit of water. Before we continue. Oh, let's go. So, how to use tags wisely. Compared to last year's research, we have seen some interesting differences in the impact of tagging. That's Tagging is an interesting thing because remember, like a couple of years ago, people were tagging different people, and it looks so much spammy that it hurts. And I cannot see those people now anywhere. They disappeared. I know a guy from Serbia who was doing that. He was having trouble finding a job actually because nobody cared about that reach. So think about that. Compared to last year's research, we have seen some interesting differences in the impact of tagging process. Each tag person or company that engages with your post has a positive impact on a growth, no matter if it's like or comment. When company responds with a comment, it will drive about 2 times more additional reach from an individual profile. But if any person or company fails to engage, it significantly slows down the growth. So there is never a penalty when you use hashtag in the comment section that doesn't lead to engagement. Every person who chooses remove mention slows down your growth 4 times more than people who just don't respond. So don't just mention any people. Make sure that you know who you are mentioning and that they know who you are and they are actually interested to engage on the topic. Company pages. Overall reach of organic posts dropped for the third consecutive year. I was just to say it never went up, so it's for 3 years in a row it's going down. I just don't get it. But let's see. Um, there is also positive news because average engagement has grown to 50% compared to last year. I like that, and I'm seeing that on our Funky Marketing company page. The main reason for this is probably that more and more companies have an employee advocacy strategy. It becomes easier for them to engage, and it's good for the bigger companies. As you're a small one, you don't have all the things that other companies can get from the link company page. When it comes to employee advocacy, there are a couple of things that Richard and his team recommended. When using recommended to employees, LinkedIn will notify about 80% of all the employees who are connected with the right company page. This is only 60% when using notify employees. We could find a clear reason in our survey results of thought leadership why these percentages are not 100%. So they recommend we must to invest in an external employee advocacy tool to make sure that you reach your employees, also those who are less or not at all active on LinkedIn. You will see up to 4 or 5 times more results compared to only using what LinkedIn gives you. So let's see company pages, what can be the content strategy recommended by Richard and his team. So below you will see the 7 most used content pillars in successful content strategies, with also rate of how they score on reach and engagement. One being very poor, poor, then being the highest. So successful content pages, personal stories, storytelling of employee or clients, informal activities, team building, etc. It says 9. So this is what actually works really well. So let's see. Thought leadership is also performing well. Product service related content. I need to make it bigger. Yeah, thought leadership was 6. I needed to take off my glasses so I can see things. Here, product service related content 3, which means articles, posts, and videos on product specific new releases, demos are performing not that good. Actually, what I can recommend you is adding smaller videos out of the podcast episodes with guests. They perform really well for us. Industry related content. So this pillar is ideal to use third party content to inform your audience about developments trending in the industry without always having to use your own content. It's like 5 out of 10, which means like 50-50, something you can have, but it's not getting you much, but it gives you that additional layer of content. Events to inform your audience which events, activities, or companies organizing. Not many people are interested in that. Employer branding, a lot of people are interested in that. Often content from personal stories can be repurposed here. Information about career opportunities, open jobs, projects, what to expect when working with somebody is working with you, those kind of things. And social responsibility, how the company deals with sustainability, circularity, equality, which norms and values are supported. That's also interesting. So focus on personal stories, followed by employer branding content, and then add thought leadership and social responsibility. That's all. If you need fifth topic that you can cover, go with industry related content. So those are the advice about what you can use on a company page. Let's see some of the stats. Recently, LinkedIn has added new section to company pages like workplaces and commitments. Pages with these sections completed score about 5 to 10% more reach. If you have added the lead gen form to your company page, the best option for conversion is get started, followed by start free trial. The other options, request free demo or contact sales, perform respectively 3 to 5 times worse. The use of your community hashtags, three max that are featured on the company page, does not influence reach or performance. They don't matter. Posts from a company page are shown on average 2.5% of your followers in the first batch, which means nothing. It's still a lot better than on Facebook feed. So engagement from non-employees increases the reach. A comment is 8 times stronger than a like, 12 times stronger than a share, and 6 times stronger than clicks. However, when done by employee, we see about 30% less impact. So because company try to scam the algorithm, they try to move their employees to like, comment and reach on their pages, so it goes live. But LinkedIn now sees it and it lowers the reach. So you need to get out of the company, not keep everything inside the company. Because it's visible. Maybe you don't think people, um, you know, see that's kind of thing. So yeah. But let's move on and let's see what's happening. Company pages and 20 stats. The different admin roles have no influence on performance. When a company has active campaigns, ads running, we can see increase of 15 to 20% on reach engagement on organic content. That's great. Something that you should think of. To have at least awareness campaign, it's like $25 per day, the least, to have like optimal results. So try to see if you can invest in that. It works very well. You also get the clicks and the traffic if you run the awareness campaign. Company newsletters do not perform well. Average engagement on showcase page drop further. I never saw the purpose of it. Average engagement, no, pages that are set up multilingual score 10% better. That's kind of interesting. Inviting connections to follow your page with the default invitation is not successful. Acceptance rates are between 6 and 12%. I don't have that. I think this is wrong. I think it's much higher. But, you know, check it out for yourself. I think this is a lot higher, and I mean, I'm seeing our company page grow a lot by this thing. So you can post multiple posts a day without harming your reach. The previous one, unlike the posting more on previous or personal profiles. However, the best frequency for a company page is to post 4 to 5 posts a week. So once a day, maybe twice. Best engagement days for company pages are Tuesdays to Thursdays and Saturdays. Using all different forms of content, image, videos, documents, and article will result in 10% more reach. Not more than 10%, which is disappointment. But the use of targeted audience is highly advised to accelerate the growth of your post in the first 2 hours, since the first batch becomes more relevant. So maybe you can tag some people on your posts, in when you are actually creating content with them. That's why I recommend create content with your target audience. Um, let's see what else. Liking and commenting on employees' posts supplied by a client post will significantly increase the visibility of the page. Of course, I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's how it works in real life, in offline. 2 comments a day will increase reach for your own posts by about 8%. That's great. If you can have that, that's great. LinkedIn Live broadcasted from a company page has an average engagement rate of 2% compared to basically it's bullshit. It's not, doesn't make any difference. Visibility of LinkedIn events on a company page dropped tremendously. Company compared to posts published from an individual profile, posts and documents perform less, but video, external links, and multiple picture posts perform better. Important to know. Okay. How to improve ranking in people search. One of the main goals for many LinkedIn members is to increase the visibility of their profile to a new employee, client, or customer. This is huge, and I can't wait to dive a little bit deeper to see what Richard and his team recommend for this. So the biggest challenge is that your profile, except for your current job title, is no longer indexed for search ranking. Here is what has the biggest influence on appearing in searches on LinkedIn. Current job titles. So use alternatives, use keywords, don't use internal job titles that are not commonly used. So don't try to come up with something totally new unless you want that nobody finds you. Network proximity, no idea what that was, to be honest. Don't remember. Mutual connections, location, all-star profile. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Number of followers and headlines, which is occasionally still index. Note, we have not been able to find out whether this was done deliberately by LinkedIn or whether an update may be forthcoming regarding the entire indexing of the virus profile section. Profile strength, like if you have, let's see. Now it's only visible under resources if you have left any of the following seven fields blank. So you need to have picture, industry, location, current experience, education, skills, and about section. Until last year, having an all-star profile had two main benefits. So more reach in your feed and higher ranking in search results, but we don't see those benefits confirmed. Meaning maybe it's because more people are coming to LinkedIn and it changes things. So who knows? Let's see all about likes. Liking on your own post does neither harm nor support the reach. It's totally up to you. If this part is your, this is a part of your strategy. When you receive a like, it will make LinkedIn show your post to the next batch of approximately 1.2%. It was 2%, now is 1.2 amongst your own connections. In addition, it will also become visibility to about 3% of the network from the personal from the people that engaged. A like has the least positive effect on the growth of all the actions, like compared to comments, shares, see more, clicks, or internal engagement of any act of engagement, including a like that comes from a colleague, being someone connected to the same company page, results is about 15% less growth company. Like it goes, so it matters, as I said before, for the company page is matter for the personal profiles as well. You cannot cheat the thing. You need to have engagement from the real people. So let's see what else. It says the different like options: celebrity, celebrate, funny, love, curious, supports, and insightful show no difference in impact. It's the same as likes. And per session, LinkedIn only rewards about 12 to 15 likes maximum. After that, there is almost no reactions anywhere from the algorithm. A possible reason for this could be to prevent people from using engagement pods. Jeez, oh, don't use engagement pods. Um, let's see what else we have here. Content strategy for success. 5 ways to use comment strategy on LinkedIn. Provide additional insights. So state what appears to you in this post and add an additional insights boosted on your expertise. So share something that will give that post more insights and make it more valuable. Summarize the takeaways. So your comments make the original post visible in your network. A good way to reinforce your brand is to make a summary of the original post. Be curious, ask questions, use the post as a conversation started, ask questions, and engage in discussions with other members. Like, don't forget to connect with people who add value to those posts. Share emotions, like sharing and recognizing emotions create a stronger bond with your network. The person that I can come up with is Zineb Layachi, always like emotions. Uh, Tag your network to provide them with the stage. If you see a relevant discussion, like tag some people that needs to follow that. I mean, make other people more successful, right? It's the old school. So yeah, everything you need to know about commenting. Stats and LinkedIn commenting on your post can either help or harm the growth of your post depending on timing. Avoid giving up the first comment in your own post. It will slow down growth. To kickstart your own post, comment on all received comments in the first hour after publishing. results will be plus 20% more growth. All comments on comments between the first hour and 25 hours will result in 8 to 10% more growth. Those are great insights. Every comment you receive will increase the reach of your post. Short comments have half the impact of the comments that contain more than 12 words. So, huge chunk of post in the comment. Adding multiple comments, 2 to 4 as an author after 24 hours will relaunch the post in the feed again of all the contribution, leading an average of 25% extra growth. So think about the post. Don't share everything in one post, but tomorrow come and share more insights in the comments. That's actually interesting. When a simple like would provide you with one additional view profile, clicking on the see more would result in 4 additional views. A share would result in 7 additional views, and a comment would result in 12 additional views on LinkedIn. Interesting. Let's see about shares. I mean, we already mentioned that, so I'm going to skip that part. Hack the share. The hack the share, let's see, this is interesting. The hack we shared in our 2020 report is still working to give you better results when sharing a post. Our Richard and his team says that their international partner, Richard Bliss, discovered a hack to increase views on share posts, although some of the steps have changed significantly or slightly. Yeah, here's 5 steps to have 1,000 see your share post. So add at least 300 100 words of description to the shared posts. Add 3 to 5 unique hashtags, not the same as the original post has. Tag the owner of the original post, and make sure the original owner of the share post comments on your post in the first hour. Respond to all the comments within the first 2 hours of posting, and then you can hack the share. Until 6 months ago, dwell time was the most dominant part of the algorithm, but it's important to diminish, especially with special format posts. So let's see what does it say. Some overall time-related stats. Dwell time still seems to be very important when sharing text posts. We see the text posts between 1,200 and 16,000 characters perform about 24 times better in the reach and engagement than posting with less than 1,000 characters. However, with document posts, videos, and multiple picture posts, the image of dwell time has decreased. Less slide, less seconds of video, and less pictures bringing the same results. LinkedIn blogs are about 15% shorter compared to the 2021, so maybe they themselves are aware of less reading more. And several tests with exactly the same posts republished again during this research, so less reach and engagement. Interesting. Nothing about the 2 different algorithms as it was in the last one, so no idea what's happening with that. Let's see, 2022 LinkedIn audience stats compared to 2021. 850 million members, so around 100 million more. Content creators, people publishing posts from their own profiles, are like 5%. Content engagers, people using the engagement button, is 21%. Content readers, people reading your content without doing anything, is 61%. Company pages, which have more than 1,000 employees sharing content weekly, there are 75% of them now. Average conversion on LinkedIn ad campaign is 0.42, so decreased a little bit. This is interesting. So it means that still like only 5% of the people are actually creating content on the platform. So like 850 million members on LinkedIn, only 5% create content. Guys, do you see the opportunity here or no? I see a huge one. So try to get into that. LinkedIn groups, I don't want to get into that because they're still not good. They're still shit, so we're not going to pay attention to them yet. Um, let's see. Consistency is the key. Yes, tagging yourself in the original post does not impact reach. Only the first engagement action counts. LinkedIn events decrease overall. Okay, third-party software is no longer penalized. Um, Lead gen form ad, the most converting ad is the lead gen form ad. Product pages have a very low organic visibility. LinkedIn is experiencing problems with refreshing the home feed. I know that there was a rumor that if you left LinkedIn after publishing a post, LinkedIn would give you more reach to make you come back soon. Not confirmed. I don't know about that. Last year, Richard says we have evidence that there were actually two algorithms active on LinkedIn. Aha, here it is. One for mobile app and one from laptop desktop. While it's still true that LinkedIn shows different content device specific and we see different engagement rates, it seems fair to say that the difference are almost leveled out. Be aware of the negative engagement, as it can break your reputation on LinkedIn and as a result will provide you with less reach for your future posts. Negative engagement can be people unfollowing you, people blocking, reporting you, people disconnecting with you, people removing a mention. That'd be nice, right? So, okay, so that was all that Richard said about it. Sorry if you hear the noise; it's like madness. One of the biggest streets in Novi Sad is over there, and it's really, really madness during this time. Even though all the windows and everything is closed, like. But I want to share with you something that I found out by talking to LinkedIn support. So let's see. I hope you can see my screen. So here we go. Actually, allow me, because I asked them about some things, how the reach is going down, etc., etc., and I wanted them to give me some insight. So here's how it went. Um, this is what they have told me. Um, that the following points are usually the causes of such assumption by members, that like the reach is low, that something is wrong. I gave them my profile, the access to analyze everything. So here's what they say. So member expectation. Once a member sees some post with high engagement, they tend to assume that this will be the minimum expectation to follow, when in reality it is normal to have various levels of engagement on different posts over the course of the years. A relevant algorithm. When any post is published, it is directly scored based on the quality content, media or lack thereof, mentions in the post when it was posted, and then distributed to the feeds or followers or other members who have a dynamic high relevance score that corresponds to the update. Based on that, members' previous activities, similar pages, follow profile information when they are online, etc., etc. As there are so many variables here, this can often vary greatly from the post to post. Viewer tolerance. This is interesting. As members use LinkedIn over time, they become less likely to engage with content posted by the members if they didn't engage the last time they saw a post by the same member. If they continue to not engage, they are less likely to be shown posts by the same author in the future. So this cycle continues as it offsets by new potential connections, followers, and other viewers. Freshness of post content. If a member shares a post that links to other content, age of that content will make a difference. So sharing newer materials will result in greater distribution when older content may not be seen as relevant. Frequency can be a complex factor, so not post often will result in less overall traffic to your profile, engagement on your content. So if you go to vacation, schedule at least some of the posts, right? Don't leave it all without anything. However, posting too often can lead to reduced distribution. when looking at each post separately, as the LinkedIn feed relevance algorithm aims to show the members' content from a wide variety of author sources and not show too much content from the same author source at the same time. It kind of goes opposite to what Richard and his team said. So let's see what happens. Duplicate or near duplicate content if a member shares a post that is identical or nearly identical to something that they have recently shared. We intend not to share the members who have already seen the original first post to avoid showing duplicate content. So those are kind of the things, and it's interesting. I mean, I had also some chat with Richard here in the comments when he said he didn't see LinkedIn support give those insights to anyone before. So that was kind of interesting. I was the first one, but I mean, sometimes you get to experience crazy results if you ask. Usually don't ask. So guys, this is it for today. Time to go back to work and continue. Go ahead, check out Richard's profile, find the report over there, and optimize your content based on it. Once again, Richard and the team, thank you for providing this. Grateful for that. Without it, I think nobody else does it. So you're doing a great favor to all of us. Guys, for you, go back to the beginning. Find Richard's report and play this episode so you can go through it, analyze it, and actually see what are your thoughts looking at your content. So yeah, then come back here and let's chat. Keep it funky, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. Have a good day.